Hey, welcome to Table Talk. I'm Bubba Smith, and this is.
I'm Dakota Courtney, and today we have the pleasure of speaking with Andie with Faith Ridge. Andie, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, so my name is Andie Jamerson. My husband Ben and our kids live here in Moberly, and so Faith Bridge is the organization that I run here in town, and it's a resource for foster, adoptive, and kinship families.
So, what all services do you guys provide out there?
Okay, when kids come into foster care, often what they have is a trash bag full of clothing. Many times those clothes don't fit or they are dirty. They're wearing things that they're not proud to be seen in. And so what we have is a free store for families to come when they receive a new placement into their home, when a new child moves in. They can bring them there and they can shop for clothes and shoes and hygiene items, bath stuff, toys, room decor. They can get new bedding. They can get whatever it is that they want to make their space theirs, and to dress the way they want in clothes that are clean and fit and look good, just to kind of give them that sense of pride. We don't want them to identify with that garbage bag. They're already in a home that's not theirs. They are already with parents that are not theirs, potentially with siblings that are not theirs. They are playing with toys that are not theirs. They're like a guest, like a visitor in this home. And we want to work to change that so that they feel comfortable, they feel seen, and they feel loved, and they have these things that they can call theirs. They can sleep at night in their own bed with their own stuffed animals and blankets that they have chosen and clothes that they have chosen, just to keep their own self identity and not feel like they're just floating around, not really belonging anywhere.
What are some good contact numbers if a family wanted to reach out to you and get a hold of you to see when they can come in and stuff?
Sure. So on Facebook is the easiest way. If you find Faith Bridge on Facebook, you can like us, you can send a message. That way it comes straight to my cell phone. If you want to send an email, it's faithbridgemoberly@gmail.com. If you want to check us out online, it's faithbridge.org. Like everything, it's all Faith Bridge Moberly. There are many ways to get a hold of us. Our stores in Moberly are open Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 10 to 2. So it's middle of the week, middle of the day is when we do shopping appointments for kids to come in. And if those days and times don't work out, people can always shoot me a message and we can figure out another time that works best for them. A lot of kids maybe don't want to come in when there are other people there because they're intimidated or they're embarrassed or they're shy. And so we set up appointments sometimes like in the evenings for those families to come in. So it's just a one-on-one. They can kind of have free reign of the store. They're not on a time limit. There's not anybody watching them to, have them hurry up or do whatever. Like they can take their time and pick out their own stuff without a bunch of people around.
Now, as a community, how can the community give back or reach back or get in contact with you to be a volunteer, or what type of volunteers are you looking for?
Volunteers are always wonderful. So when our stores are open for shopping, we would love for people to come in who have a real heart for children and families, and they can help them shop and be like a personal shopper. Maybe take one of the children to the area where their clothes are and help them pick out some things, help them pick out a blanket, some toys, some clothes, stuff like that. We always need people in the store to sort through donations. We get a lot of donations that come in, and so separating those out and putting them on the racks or setting them aside for different seasons, things like that are always helpful. We will soon have a mentorship program for youth who age out of care, and so we will need people to come in and teach some life skills, some basic cooking or budgeting, grocery shopping, things like that, if you want to work one-on-one. We also have opportunities for groups to come in. When seasons change, we have to take out all of the winter clothes and coats and put up all the spring stuff or swimsuits or whatever the case may be. We give backpacks for children who first come into care when they are sitting at the Children's Division office. We have backpacks there that are sized so that they have a clean pair of pajamas and a clean pair of clothes and a toothbrush. They've got a stuffed animal and a book and a blanket, something that it's called a first night comfort pack. So something that can be theirs like right away to be that instant comfort that they need during that really, really tough time. So volunteers can come in and put those things together. If groups wanted to purchase items for those bags and do like a fundraiser or do some sort of collection to go towards those bags or for items in the store, different things, all of that would be fantastic. We love volunteers and we need them. Everyone at Faith Bridge is a volunteer, so we depend on our volunteers very heavily.
What all families do you, age groups do you deal with, and how many of them are at that older age where they're getting ready to age out?
We supply items for children from birth all the way up to about age 24, 25-ish, as long as they still kind of need a little bit of assistance as an adult. We have all the things that you could ever need for a baby in the store, and again, everything is free. There's no cost to any of our goods. But baby clothes, little kids clothes, teenager clothes, all of the things, and then when they age out of care, we help with their first apartment and furniture in that apartment, and maybe nicer dress clothes for job interviews and things like that. Last year we served just over 1,000 children around the state through our free stores and through our carry-on program. And so far this year we have fully furnished 21 apartments for youth aging out of care. So it's a pretty high number. We have a pretty far reach. We're statewide in Missouri, and we do that all through volunteers and through people donating items and time and resources.
So you guys do so much for all these kids and babies, teenagers, anybody that really needs it at all.
Yeah.
What are some ways for us in Moberly to be able to give back to you guys so you guys can keep giving, to be able to keep helping out people out?
Thank you for asking that. So we do take monetary donations. Of course, all nonprofits, even though we give everything for free, we don't get everything for free. We still have the same overhead as any business. We have a lease payment, we have insurance, we have fuel, we have utilities, we have all of the same things. And so we do rely heavily on grant funding and monetary donations just to be able to keep our doors open and keep our lights on. Other than financial donations, we accept clothing and shoes of all sizes, birth through middle schoolish size, so older youth sizes, 16, 18. We also do accept adult sized clothing as long as it's something a teenager is going to wear. So something that is, in style with teenagers. With nowadays, who knows? I mean, that could be just about anything. We also take donations of furniture and household items, pots, pans, dishes, towels, bedding, everything that a teenager will need when they age out of foster care and move into that first apartment. So if you think, what did I need when I first moved in? Laundry detergent, silverware, cleaning stuff. I mean, the list is very, very long. And these kids are starting back out with essentially nothing. When I moved into my first place, I had, Grandma's table and Uncle Joe's microwave and all of these things, but they don't have that family system to help them out. And so we want to be that for them. So if people have stuff like that to donate, they're getting rid of their microwave or their pots and pans or whatever it is, we will gladly take those donations.
Now, is your donation location the same as the stores, or are they different locations?
So if you're donating large furniture, we do have a warehouse that is not manned all the time. And so they'd have to contact me and say, hey, I've got, a couple of couches or a table or whatever, and I can meet them there and we can do the donation there. We have some warehouses downtown in Moberly. But for smaller items, for clothes, for shoes, things like that, it's 536 West Reed. It is right across from the post office. The sign on one side still says Dot's Bakery, but it's right there on the corner. That's us, and we're there Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays.
Okay, and then tell us a little more about your storefronts. Where those are located also in downtown, right?
Yep, so the storefront is the 536, 538. Okay. One side is the children's store, and the other side is the teen and young adult store.
Okay. We had talked earlier before we had started recording about the outreaches that you do and that there's events that may be coming up. Is there anything that you want to talk about or let us know?
Yeah, so our big fundraising event is in September each year. It's September 28th. It's called the Low Country Boil. So we have a big shrimp boil, and it's a lot of fun. It's a big community outreach thing, and typically that one event we are able to raise the money for our overhead for the following year, so that when people do donate cash or any kind of finances, that money is going directly to families. I know that's a big thing with donors. Like paying the light bill is not as feel good as, providing clothes and shoes for children. And so that one big fundraising event, we try to raise all of our overhead for the year so that donation dollars go right back into our community.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Is there anything else happening besides the boil, or is that pretty much?
So that is our one big event. We do a lot of different small things. We partner with a lot of other organizations and nonprofits within the community year round, but that is our one big fundraiser, is the Low Country Boil.
So we talked about all the outreach programs that you guys kind of do, all the different ways that you guys help, what you guys donate. How many kids are there really actually out there in Randolph County that are homeless, that are struggling, that don't really have a avenue?
So in our circuit, it's Randolph and Howard County together. And I believe there are somewhere around 250 children in the foster care system right now. And that is not counting the unofficial kinship situations where kids might live with a grandmother or with an aunt and uncle or something like that. So officially, right around 250 children in care. And we have somewhere between 50 and 60 foster homes. So that math doesn't math.
No.
We need a lot more people to step up and say, hey, I'm willing to open my home and share my space and share my love and share my knowledge with these children who need that. Because what happens is, if we don't have enough homes for the kids in Randolph County and Howard County who are in care, they have to go somewhere else. So they might move to Boone County, they might move to Audrain County, they might have to go, Columbia or Mexico or somewhere like that where there are open homes. So not only are they leaving their home and all their stuff, and they're not with their parents, but now they're not with their school teacher that they probably have a relationship with. They're not with their friends. They are in a completely different place where they're an outsider moving in at that time. So we would really love, more foster homes in our county. Locally, you can reach out to Children's Division, you can reach out to Coyote Hill. Those are two local organizations that do the classes and the training and the licensing of foster families. And if that's not something that you're comfortable with doing, we also need respite providers, which is basically state-paid babysitting, where a foster family might say, hey, I've got this emergency that has come up, or I have whatever, I need a break for a weekend, whatever it may be. And so you can babysit essentially for a couple hours up to, a couple of days. And you provide that service for the foster family. So it's kind of dipping your toe in the water, babysitting, checking it out, kind of seeing like if maybe it's something that you want to consider being a full-time foster parent. But the numbers are unfortunately high in our county. And the numbers of families are not quite high enough to meet that need. So yes, we meet the tangible need of clothing and shoes and things like that, but we really need more foster families to step up to meet the everyday needs for these children.
So I have a question. Mm-hmm. So when a child is in the foster care and they turn 18, what happens if they're no longer eligible for foster care?
So there's a program within the state called the Chafee program, and that program starts when kids are about 15 or 16, and they have a worker who kind of guides them along with this. These are the next steps that you take, and this is what you do. Unfortunately, that program does not have enough employees statewide to be able to personally reach every youth that ages out. And so there are a lot of youth that age out of foster care who have maybe not been in a traditional home. Maybe they were in a group home or even the juvenile court system, to where they don't have the skills that they need for whatever the reason is. And maybe people have tried to teach them and they don't have it yet. Mm-hmm. So when they age out, often, unfortunately, they become homeless. Many of them become homeless. They survive day to day however they can, which means, again, a lot of them unfortunately get in trouble with the law. So many become incarcerated. They are involved in behaviors that are very detrimental. A lot of the girls, the young women who age out of foster care, will become unwed mothers by the time they're 21. I think that's like a 60%. So it's really high. And so they maybe become addicted, or they're in relationships that are unhealthy. They are potentially incarcerated, homeless. All of these things, like the statistics are really, really rough for kids who age out of foster care, who didn't have a traditional home and people that they can call on for that support. And so what we are trying to do is open a center called the Fountain Gate. So we do have one apartment currently that is transitional. So when they age out, they don't just become homeless overnight. Like we can move them into these apartments for a couple of weeks, up to maybe a month or so, however long it takes, to get the work done for them to receive an FYI voucher, which is the state voucher program that will help them pay their apartment costs for up to 3 years. So they need to be working or still in school and working towards that independence. But this helps them out, and then we furnish that apartment for them so they can start out ahead and not be, completely financially in the hole, having to try to buy or beg or borrow or steal or whatever it is to get the things for their apartment. Mm-hmm. They have a place they can come back to. They have this landing that they can call home. They're not just trying to survive on the streets. They're not seeing whose couch they can sleep on that night. They have their spot. They have their place. And from there, then we want to help them learn the skills that they need to maybe open a bank account or try to find a job, go back to school and get their GED, how to cook a meal, how to clean a house and do laundry, things like that. We'll work on those skills with them from there. So far this year, we have furnished 21 apartments around the state of Missouri for kids who age out of care. And that number, that was just in the first quarter. So that number is going to continue to rapidly grow as our programs continue to grow.
How many have aged out right now currently in Randolph County? Do you have that number?
I don't have that number for the year so far. Last year, I'd say there were about 40 that aged out. This year, I'm not sure. Most of ours are Randolph County that we provide furniture for, but our statewide number is 21. I don't have the exact Randolph County number. So
if someone who's aged out, how can they get a hold of you to get in this program? I think that's definitely a need for a person who is
absolutely
in that situation.
Yeah. So we thankfully are not the only organization that helps out. They can reach out to me at Faith Bridge. They can reach out to NECAC, the Northeast Community Action Coalition. They can reach out to HUD, the Housing and Urban Development. That is who offers the vouchers. They can reach out to Caring Community. They have a program that is like someone who comes alongside them and helps them fill out paperwork to get health insurance or food stamps or different things. It just points them in the right direction of resources. One of our sister organizations is Rooted 242. They help youth with job training, job skills training, things like that, and they are working on some apartments as well for youth who age out. But again, it's the same contact information. They can find me on Facebook. They can find our stores downtown. My cell phone number is in the window of our store downtown. I'm not difficult to get a hold of. If you can't remember my name, you can ask just about anyone in a nonprofit downtown, hey, how do I get a hold of Faith Bridge? And they will let you know. We all work together pretty well in our community as far as nonprofits go. We have a great network, and so if anybody has any kind of need, even if it's not one I can provide, I can point them in the direction of a nonprofit that can.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So if you're in looking for a place to give or a place to donate or a place where you could fill in, contact Faith Bridge.
Or even if you're one of the people that need assistance, that you're out there struggling and you need assistance, feel free to, we'll tag all of your pages and
awesome.
In the video, phone number, whatever you want, your Facebook page, Faith Bridge's Facebook page.
All the things.
Yeah, we'll flood the caption with everything connected
Perfect.
to you. So, absolutely.
Every child deserves their own pillow and blanket.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's been an honor and a pleasure to have you here today. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes,
Thank you,
absolutely.
Andie.
I appreciate you guys.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you so much.